The new YOLO26 model is faster than the old YOLO11 model, and in this video here we're going to run some speech benchmarks on different videos, take a look at how much faster is the new model compared to the older one, and also with an optimized framework. Because the new YOLO26 model, it has pretty much removed the non-maximal suppression layer at the end, so our output model is pretty much just going to give us all different candidates, tons of boxes, like hundreds, thousands of boxes at the end, and then we run a non-maximal suppression, which is pretty much just combining all the bounding boxes at the end to the best candidates that fit around our objects. So the new YOLO26 model, it actually has that step inside the model itself, where usually we use that non-maximal suppression in the post-processing step, and it's pretty CPU heavy. On GPU, it's a bit faster. There's not going to be so much difference because there's a lot of optimized CUDA kernels, CPU stuff, and all that around non-maximal suppression. But on CPU, it's a pretty heavy task to run. So the new YOLO26 model is significantly faster compared to the YOLO11 model on CPU, and also just lower end hardware in general. So let's jump straight into our Ultralytics documentation. We can just take a look at the comparison, and then I'll show you inside our own code editor. We're going to run some examples, set up a class so we can use the benchmarking and take a look at the output results on my local CPU here. So if you just take a look at it here, we can see some benchmarks. You can pretty much just add whatever you want, so you can see the comparisons side by side. So we get slightly better accuracy with the YOLO26 model, and it's also pretty much going to be the exact same inference speed. And this is on Tensor T10 with a T4 NVIDIA GPU. So it's not going to be much faster on GPU, but CPU is where it pretty much just shines. Down here we can see some CPU benchmarks. So this is ONNX, what we're also going to use in this video. So usually you will export it into ONNX. If you just use the PyTorch model, you might not get that much speed performance, but you can export into ONNX format that both works on CPU and GPU. If you have Intel CPU, you can optimize it even further with OpenWindow down for the Intel hardware. So it's really, really important to understand why all these different frameworks, optimization frameworks, export frameworks that we can get it into, because this is how we squeeze the most out of the models once we want to use them and run them into production on lower end hardware. So here we see 30 milliseconds inference speed on a YOLO26 nano model. If we compare it with the nano model down here, we can pretty much see that we have almost a 40% reduction, or this is closer to 20-30. But if we take a look at some of the other ones up here, it really depends on the CPU as well. If you have a good CPU, lower end CPU, but you can definitely see a difference, and you get slightly better accuracy with the YOLO26 model as well. So it's pretty much just because of this non-maximal suppression free revolution. This is very heavy to run on CPU. We already have a video covering the key features, highlights about YOLO26 when it was released, so definitely make sure to check that one out, how you can train it full end-to-end on your own custom dataset. So I've opened up my code editor here. Everything that we have to do is pretty much just export the model to start with. We have a class, so the YOLO visualizer. It's going to init with our model, so it's going to create an instance of the model that we specify, and also the hardware that we want to run it on. We create a video capture with our source, so that could be video file, it can be image, it can be anything pretty much. And it can also be just a zero index, then it will open up your webcam. We're gonna have a video writer. We can draw some text with the bounding boxes, draw method for bounding boxes, all the classes and everything. But in this video, it's pretty much just gonna be our predict function that we're going to time. So we have a start time, we have an end time, and then we can use that to calculate the frames per second. And right now we're only benchmarking the prediction step, not all the visualizations and all that we're doing, because it doesn't really matter for inference speed. We're not gonna draw boxes in production. We're just gonna extract the results, use it in our algorithms, and then run the business logic on top of that. So the FPL calculations is our process time. So our process time is gonna be the time after our prediction step minus the start time, so the time difference. So that's going to be like 20-30 milliseconds here. And then we just take 1 divided by the process time, and that's going to be the average calculation. Then we can have our average frames per second. Then we can have a frames per second, which is the average frames divided by how many frames that we have. So then we can calculate the frames per second at the end, and this is just going to be the sum of all the averages divided by how many averages that we have. That's going to be our frames per second. So that's going to be the average frame per second as well. We have our bounding boxes we're drawing, and then we also draw the text here for our process time, and that's gonna be in milliseconds. That's all we have to do. Then we can go down and test it out. The first thing that you have to do is export your model into ONNX. This is where you're gonna get the highest inference speed increase. If you're just using like any CPU, you can also optimize with OpenVINO and some of the other optimization frameworks. Some of them is also good for Apple hardware. We have videos covering all the details there. But if we go inside our modes, we have our export mode. Right now we can just use the CLI tool. So down here, you can just take your own model as well. We just need to specify the model path and the format. So I'm going to grab this one, go back into our code editor. We just have to YOLO export this model, so YOLO26 Nano. You can see me on my Apple N4 CPU, and this is what we're going to run our inference with. We both need the YOLO26 model, and we also need the 11 model, and then we export it into ONNX. Now we have everything here. We can pretty much just run the application. So Python, first of all, we're just going to test it with our YOLO11 model, and we have a few videos that we can test it out on. So let's run a Python script. It's going to open up the video. Now we can see that we get around 20, 21, sometimes 21, probably closer to 20 milliseconds or around 50 frames per second, but let's just take a look at it, 20 milliseconds inference speed. So this is our ONNX model for YOLO11. Let's now try to run it with our YOLO26 model. I need to comment this part out. And we can rerun it here. So now we can see we get around 18 milliseconds, sometimes we go down to 17, but it probably is pretty stable around 18. We have 55 frames per second. So this is pretty much like a 10-15% increase, and this is on a very high-end CPU. If you go down on an even more low level, it's gonna have an even bigger impact, because at the end of the day, it's the non-maximal operation that takes up a lot of the processing power in the post-processing step. So we can see here with the new YOLO26 model, it only has 0.1 milliseconds in the post-processing step. So most of it is definitely gonna be here in our inference step. This is pretty cool. This is much faster compared to the other ones. We can test out one of the other videos. So we have this other video. So that's gonna be track 4. We copy the path. Don't need this part. We can rerun it. You can also just specify source 0. So now we have significantly more detections. And again, we have around 54 frames per second, 18 milliseconds inference speed. So that's very similar. We can also take the video and test out the other model. We swap out the video. And we can rerun it. And we can even test it against the other models. So now we can see it's roughly the same no matter what video we are running here. Sometimes it's peaking up to 21 milliseconds. So one thing that we can also do is just test out the PT version. So if you're not exporting it into ONNX format, we're just gonna run it with the PT version. Now we can see we're running around 25, 24, 25 milliseconds. We actually like dropped 4 or 5 frames per second by not exporting it into ONNX, which is very good step to do, and you will get even faster processing if you do it to OpenVINO, or if you use a GPU. Just using these optimized framework, it's so important to know about, and we cover all of them in full details. What are the specific things? How are you going to set it up for all the different frameworks in other videos here on the channel. So this is pretty significant. So instead of running like 15 milliseconds with just the raw YOLO11 Nano model, we can get it to run on the YOLO26 Nano ONNX, and we just get processing speed for 3 and also slightly higher accuracy. This is pretty cool. We're going to create way more videos about benchmarking the new YOLO26 model because it's a pretty cool one. Test it out yourself. Let us know in the comment what performance results that you're seeing, and then I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy learning.